It's already almost Chinese New Year in 2026 and all your relatives are gonna roll up on you and start flexing all about their lives. Meanwhile, you're already in your 30s, you still feel stuck in your job and you feel that your investing isn't going anywhere at all. That's exactly me a couple years ago, and I wish I had a video like this to really wake up my idea and start investing properly. Fast forward to today, I was able to build a $200,000 investing portfolio, not from dabbling into risky crypto coins, but instead finding an investment style that really fits my personality and most importantly, my daily life as a full-time physiotherapist in Singapore. So in today's video, I want to talk about how you can start investing in Singapore with $10,000 properly and responsibly so that you can stop feeling stuck and start planning for your future retirement. This is also a 3-part video series that I'm doing on how to invest as a Singaporean. We started with how to invest $2,000, now it's $10,000, and the third video will be the ultimate how to invest $100,000. So wherever you are in your journey, feel free to follow along and make 2026 a better year for all of us. Let's go! Now, assuming you've already watched the previous video titled How to Invest $2,000, you might have already dipped your toes into things like money market funds, and now you're looking to scale beyond that. Now, before you sell all your kidneys and go all crazy into the higher risk investments, I want you to actually take a step back and review all your big ticket items first. Especially since you're in your 30s and you're living in Singapore, weddings, resale HDB down payments, renovations, all these things are super expensive. And I'll be honest, I wasn't very responsible for all these things a few years ago. I poured so much of my money into investments that I couldn't even afford to buy my house earlier. Then you'll probably be wondering, hey Xuan Kai, this is an investment video. Why are you talking about saving money? Because this is going to help you in two ways. Number one is because obviously not everything is about maximizing your returns. You need to take care of your family and make sure that your housing matters are settled properly as well as a responsible adult, right? Number two is actually to make you into a more emotionally stable investor. Imagine this, you didn't buffer at all for any of these big purchases. The time has finally come for you to buy your house, and coincidentally, I don't know why, but life has a way of doing this. Coincidentally, the stock market is in a recession and everything has dropped by 30%. Now, because you cannot tahan the emotional pain, you end up selling all your investments for a big loss just to fund your down payment. How is that worth? Tell me, how is that worth? Do you want to do that? Whether you like it or not, investing is extremely emotional, and because you're just getting started, your first skill set isn't to get the most returns, but instead to train yourself to stomach this amount of volatility and big drops in your portfolio without losing sleep, especially in your 30s. As I'm saving up for my own resale HDB down payment, I personally leave some of this money in money market funds to earn some interest on it. For example, this February, LongBridge Singapore, which is licensed by the MAS, is running a campaign for new users. You receive a 5% interest booster for 1 whole year on $2,000 placed in their Cash Plus money market funds when you sign up using my exclusive link down below in the description box, or you can scan the QR code here to get started. On top of that, if you meet the holding and trading requirements, there are additional rewards in the form of Nvidia and Apple shares worth up to $1,150 depending on the deposit tier. I personally use LongBridge for my investments because they offer zero commission fees and platform fee coupons for the Singapore, US and Hong Kong stocks. Because it's Chinese New Year, they're also running an Ang Pao campaign where you stand a chance to receive rewards worth up to $888. If you prefer to check things out physically, they have booths at Suntec, Bugis and Capital Spring during this festive period as well. Just a couple days ago, I personally made the effort to go down to the booth at Suntec City and talk to some of the folks there. So if you guys have questions about LongBridge, you can definitely head down there to chat with some of them. On top of all of that, I'm also doing my very own personal lucky draw. If you sign up between now to the 21st of February and deposit $2,000 by the deadline, 3 lucky winners will be randomly selected to receive this super cute 0.1 gram 999 horse gold bar. Hopefully this helps to brighten up your CNY a little bit, and it's also my way of thanking you guys for always supporting the channel. I'll leave all the details down in the description box below in case you want to check it out. Now, if I just started investing today in 2026, this is how I would approach investing $10,000. $10,000 is obviously not a small sum like $1,000 or $2,000, but it's also not a sum of money that's going to change your life, especially when you're just getting started. You gotta be realistic about this, right? I would instead approach this with a more experimental and more curious mindset and just lowering the stakes overall. Don't pressure yourself that, oh, this $10,000 is so precious for me and I cannot afford to lose it and I must turn this into $1 million kind of thing. Don't do that to yourself, because that kind of thinking is exactly what led me to making bad decisions of doing day trading, swing trading, all kinds of short-term types of trading and trying to pick one miracle stock or one miracle crypto coin to become a millionaire. So honestly, just relax and explore some of your curiosities. What is something that you always like to try? I'm sure you hear all these things on the internet. So many of things are going around when you scroll TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. People are always trying to pitch something to you. What do you find interesting? It could be index funds, dividend stocks, tech stocks, or even something a bit riskier like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. These are just some examples of things that you can explore for yourself. It's just like trying out food. I love Japanese and Western food, for example, right? But how did I come to that conclusion? Obviously, I tried out a bunch of food. I like some of them, I hate some of them, but I've come to find that I like these two the most. That's exactly the same thing that you can do with investing. It's not like, oh, I need to get everything right, that kind of stuff. And so much of our society and so much of things in Singapore is that we have 面子, we have our face, and we treasure it so much, right, that we cannot be wrong about investing. Losing money is one of the most shameful things, at least in the Asian and Chinese context. So don't think about those things and just focus on being you, right? But basically, having $10,000 gives you more flexibility to try out different things, because some stocks are honestly just a bit more expensive and require more capital than $1,000 or $2,000. Like the bank stocks, for example, like DBS, you need at least $5,000-$6,000 to just get started with 100 shares. And of course, I know what excuse you're gonna give me next is that, oh, you feel so lost because there's so much financial information out there. Then you can just choose an investor that you really like and just copy their style shamelessly. That's exactly what I did when I first got started. So we always look up to the legendary Warren Buffett. He was always talking about if you're an individual investor, you should do index fund investing. But honestly, his own companies get a lot of revenue from dividends as well. So I was torn between doing both of them. So what did I do? Instead of just listening to all these things and having analysis paralysis, I just jumped in and I executed on it. I tried dividend investing for the last 2 years and I built it up to a solid $60,000 portfolio. I actually really enjoyed the process of just buying into REITs and banks at that time, and receiving dividends actually felt like the closest thing to passive income, even though I personally don't believe in passive income. But as I started to get more sources of income like YouTube, for example, I figured that I didn't need any immediate money from dividends. So I gradually sold off my dividend portfolio and I rotated that money into index funds just last year itself. So far, I've been building up this portfolio, and I must say that I've actually been really enjoying myself doing this and automating my investments and just allowing it to run as I focus on my job and YouTube itself. I've obviously got better things to do than to watch the stock market all day long, and I'm guessing you guys have as well. I've always felt that one of your greatest strengths in life is to try stuff and not be afraid to change your mind just because you told someone about it. Don't bring your own ego and pride into investing and just enjoy the journey. I'm not afraid to say that when I first started this channel, I focused a lot more on dividend stocks, and you can see the video evidence on my channel itself. But over time, my approach has shifted more towards index fund investing, and I'm completely okay with that. You can come and flame me in real life and say, oh, Shenkai, why you change your mind, that kind of things. But because my life changes every few years, my income, my responsibilities, my risk tolerance, all of this changes with time. So why can't my investing strategy evolve with it as well? But hopefully this helps you to get started with investing $10,000, and let me know in the comments down below what you have started experimenting with. As usual, my goal is to inspire 10,000 Singaporeans to invest $100,000 responsibly for their retirement, which will equate to $1 billion freaking dollars, which is a lot of money, right? But beyond that, I hope that as you guys start investing, it'll help you to gain better control of both you and your family's lives, and hopefully build up your retirement portfolio for a better future as well. This is my wish and mission for this channel, and what gets me fired up to release these type of videos as well. Don't worry about it, I'm not fully altruistic. I'm of course doing this for myself as well because I want to grow my income level, but I hope that by helping you guys, that will also help me in return as well. I'm totally sharing all my motives here, but hopefully you guys can resonate with me. If you enjoyed this video here, then you'll probably enjoy this video here as well. Thanks for watching, have an amazing day as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next few videos. Bye bye.